Okay, so here's some ideas on how to become great at wrestling on a budget because things can get very expensive. Understand a couple things. Number one, some of us, maybe you'll go maybe to Georgia Nationals and you'll spend $1,200 and your wrestler goes 2-2 and they wrestled 11 minutes. And we think, man, that was a great experience. We got better. Well, you know what? You spent $1,200 on 11 minutes of wrestling. So I would like to see you prioritize training. People say a home mat is so expensive. It's $700 and you can resell that thing 20 years from now for $500. I bought and sold and flipped mats. I had mats for 2 years. I got an upgrade at one point in time. I had 4 mats in storage and I had $6,000 cash in my pocket. Then I sold those and I chopped some of them up. I don't know how much money I made. Home mats, the resale value is crazy. I've messed around with it just for fun. So you're going to get your money's back. A home wrestling mat is so important. And get a 12 by 12 or bigger. I think a 12 by 14, 12 by 16 is just perfect. Unless you have a big shop, right? Then maybe you can get a 14 by 14, 16 by 16. Do not get a 10 by 10. It's a complete waste of time. I would just throw it in the trash. It's a waste of time. You can save $200. It's not worth your time. So get a 12 by 12 or bigger. And, get your kids drilling. And I'm not telling you to come to my camp. You do what you want to do. But, I know that our camp is $4.64 an hour right now. And it'll probably be $5 an hour next year. It's still affordable. That includes meals, overnight stay, 3 showers a day, fun, supervision, wrestling. And here you're spending $1,200 on 11 minutes of wrestling and you wonder why you don't have any, wrestling dollars left. And you should go to the big national tournaments, 1 or 2 a year if you're very serious. I would not miss high school nationals in Virginia Beach. I would not. I don't care if you had to, work overtime, sell furniture. You should go there if your kids are skilled enough to go there, obviously. Super 32, there's a couple of tournaments you should go to. But if you prioritize training and you say, man, at that 5-day camp, I'm going to get 45 matches worth of live wrestling and 27 hours of drill time, all for $475. Go to 3 of them, right? Go to 3. Kids who come to our 28-day camp get 270 matches worth of live wrestling. And I don't know how much drill time. 118 hours of drill time. I don't know how many meals. We served 73,000 meals last year. Okay? So prioritize training, number 1. Number 2, get a home wrestling mat and have a couple of partners. You can always find one. Call the enemy, the kid that beat your son at the state finals or your daughter to state finals this year. Befriend that person. Have them come over once or twice a week and train. And maybe next year they can gain 3 pounds, you can cut 3 pounds, and you can both win some state titles. So people say, well, there's nobody around here that wants to get good. Well, how come when there's a tournament in your area, there's 3,000 kids that go, right? So, it's kind of like everybody wants to drive, no one wants to putt, right? Drive for show, putt for dough. If you want to be rich, you got to be good at putting if you're a golfer. Same way with hunting, Everybody wants to hunt. No one wants to get out there and scout. So you got to want to train. And some people say, I don't have money for camps. Well, no, you just don't want to train because tournaments are fun for the parent. And it's a family experience. And I get it. I spent my life traveling and wrestling. Still do it. But you have to understand that you've got to get better at wrestling, okay? And training is affordable. Tournaments are not. And if you get a home wrestling mat and you say, well, I don't know what to do on it. So let's start here. Get down in a stance. You know a wrestling stance? Sure I do. Move around. Move to the right, move to the left, sprawl, hit a fake shot, fake, down block, Well, looky there. You're doing something. Hey, this partner's coming over. What do we do? Do you know a double leg? Yeah. Hit 100 each. Do you know a sweep single leg to a quick change off? Yeah. Hit 100 of those. What else do you know? Man, you've really inspired me. I got moves popping all over my head. Oh, guess what? Let's sit down and get a piece of paper and a pen, and let's just write down every wrestling technique that we know. Wow, I got 17 pages. There you go. Monday, Wednesday, Friday for 2 hours. Go into Dad's shop, the garage, the basement. Have these partners come over. Now you're on your way. It's just that simple, okay? Now, if you needed a blueprint or online academy is something you could utilize. If not, that's fine too. You can just figure it out on your own, do that. Come up with a system, okay? I'd like to see you focus on the best techniques. Because sometimes, you know, we waste our time. It's kind of like an opportunity cost. Giving good advice here. So like, let's say you go to Gold's Gym and you're doing the Thigh Master or you're doing the pulley machine. And you're like, dude, no. You don't need to do the pulley machine. That's for the old guy. That's for the 40-year-old fat lady. We don't do those. There's a tire over there. You need to be flipping that tire. Deadlifts, squats, plyometrics, heavy dumbbell pulls. Okay, that's where you're going to be spending your time. Don't spend time over here, just like in wrestling. Oh, I saw a cool Instagram move where they showed 13 different ways to throw a headlock from a Russian 2-on-1. No. That's called chasing the idea fairy. All right, don't chase the idea fairy. Let's get over here and focus. 95% of your points come from 5% of the wrestling. Let's focus on that. Let's focus on the exercises that give us strength. Let's not do the bouncy ball. Let's not do the pulley machine. Let's not do the thigh master. No, those are good exercises. I'm 55. I might sit on the bouncy ball, you know, and I might do some side shoulder raises. I'm probably not going to do tire flips. I'm not going to do plyometrics. I know that for a fact. So those exercises are good. They're just not good for you. Same with wrestling. You say, well, all the college wrestling matches look the same. That's by design. That's not an accident. And some people don't like college wrestling and they say it's boring. I'm like, bro, you just watched 13 hours of football this weekend. They hike a ball and they run it or throw it, okay? Basketball, dribble, shoot. Dribble, shoot. It's like all sports look the same. You're just not a wrestling fan, right? But I say when you watch all of these elite level college wrestlers, 98% of them all look the same. That's by design. You should do that too. Don't criticize it. That's what you should be doing. So your wrestling, and I learned at Oklahoma State, your wrestling needs to get smaller. Let's not get bigger. You don't need to throw a headlock from a Russian 2-on-1. You certainly don't need 11 ways to do it, just like you don't need a 27-page weightlifting program. You know, I got a weightlifting program like this. Oh, here's my weightlifting program. Go into the gym and go get strong. Make something out of yourself, right? You don't need all that other. It's stupid. It's a waste of your time. Same with wrestling. So when you are using your home wrestling mat, and you go to camps and you add moves to your list, and then you circle the ones that you like, and you go, I'm never going to use that. Scratch it off. Kyle Schneider does not shoot a blast double leg, and he is the Olympic champion. Jordan Burroughs does shoot a blast double. Jordan Burroughs does an underhook. He would be stupid to underhook. All right. A lot of famous wrestlers do underhook. So at some point in time, once you become very skilled, you can start to prioritize the moves and techniques and the positions that you like and that work for you. And you can start to maybe think about the 95-5 rule. Maybe you're a member of our online academy, and then there's basics, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. You have 4 different levels of coaching and programs. You know, I think there's, right around 200 wrestling techniques, less than that. but there's also a handful of tricks and stuff. Like, we don't do a half Nelson like this. We do a half Nelson like this. We shrug our shoulder to our ear on a half Nelson. We drop our chest. You run your knees in the belly. So those aren't really moves. Those are tricks. So sometimes the most important parts of wrestling aren't a move. They're just like a little trick or tactic. So our online academy could be something you had interest in, but if you decide to do it on your own, just get a pen and paper and figure it out. But how to make wrestling affordable comes down to this. And secondly, think about how to team up with other families. You can maybe take turns going to a certain camp. I can drive once every 4 months. Maybe you come to our competition camp every month, 10 months a year. You only got to drive twice. Then Angela drives, and then Jonathan drives, and Market drives, and Mr. So-and-so drives and gets the hotel. And so now your kid gets to go to the camp every month, and it doesn't cost you gas and meals and a hotel except for once a year or twice a year. So the buddy system is very powerful also. So there's some ideas on how to become very good at wrestling on a budget, and wish you guys great success. PurlerWrestling.com if you had interest in training with us. Either way, we wish you a lot of success.